We're remaining on page 23, the ellipse tool page, to continue on with our business card project. Now if you remember, we need to go back a page, and you should have where you were up to previously saved onto this page. If not, wherever you did save it, you need to go and get it, or maybe you need to do this lesson again, I'm not sure. But anyway, we need to select this, Control C, copy to the clipboard, and go forward a page, Control V, paste down, which is the method, of course, I've been showing you to create duplicates. Now what I'm going to do is simply select this while it's still selected and drag it right over near this pie shape here, because I'm going to refer to the degrees and it will just help us a little bit. Select my zoom tool and zoom in so that I can see my pie and just enough of that part of the business card right there. Okay, well, we're going to select our ellipse tool, and again make sure snap to objects is on. It's really important for this project, and you'll see why. As I hover my mouse, the ellipse tool, right over the center point, you'll see that it says edge, and then as I come down it says node. Well, that's basically the center point where all those points are crossing. So I'm going to click, finger on Control and Shift, and I'm going to follow that line until I get all the way to that yellow-red intersection. Release my mouse, then my keyboard shortcuts. As you can see, the ellipse is selected. To deselect, just click once on the page. Now we're going to do it again. Click in the middle and then Control and Shift. Now as I move along, you'll see there are two midpoints. There's a midpoint right there and it snaps to it, and then there's one more right there it snaps to. For convenience, just go all the way out to the other one and then come back. The first midpoint you come to on the way back, that's the one. Release, click and deselect, again, click, Control, and then snap to that first midpoint there. And of course you're all asking the question, why are there two midpoints? Well, the reason is there is two objects, the yellow object and the red object, and it's the snap to feature is recognizing the midpoint of both of those objects. I'll show you another way. If I select the yellow object, notice the sizing handle there, it lines up with that ellipse right there. If I select the red object, notice the sizing handle lines up with that ellipse. That's the midpoint of those two objects. Alright, we're just going to make a couple of little changes, and this one is actually really quite simple, this part of the project. So, Shape Tool, I'll select the outer one and pull all the way around to the edge there. Now, I only want an arc, so I'm drawing on the outside. Snap to that intersection, and then pull all the way back around to the bottom there, and snap to that intersection. Make sure the Shape Tool stays on the outside, so we have an arc and not a pie. We're going to leave that circle and come to the inner circle, and I'm going to type the values that I want. I just want it to fit in this quadrant here, which is the exact same as the blue section. So 180 to 270. So let's just type it. 180, tab, 270, hit enter, and we want to make sure we select pie, and I'm going to give that a blue color fill, which is actually cyan, and then I'm going to select the next circle and give that the first grey. Okay, we call that 10% grey. See how it says K10? So 10% black. And that's really all there is to this project. F4, zoom back out. Let's take our card, we'll pop it back in the middle of the page so it looks nice and neat. Examine your design, make sure it looks the same as the design down the bottom here, or at least fairly similar. There probably are some differences, but that doesn't matter. It looks fairly close to me. Well, what we need to do now is save this. So come up and click Save. So that makes sure that this portion of the project is saved, and then we'll move on to our next lesson.